Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy teaser day to everybody. I'm assuming everybody's seen it by now. Not sure if we want to be looking at it in depth. I suppose we can have a quick look at it. Let me open up Firefox window. I guess we can take a quick look at it. Illusion of choice, and everyone's going to take a PS trait. Yes, hey Miggit. Yes, I have a similar concern when reading about this system. Crypt Spine, Mile. I'm using Crypt Spine. Well, it's not a big difference. Yeah, okay. So just quickly, we in the proficiency system, you now get to re-roll 2 of the perks, the first one and the second one, and you'll get a random perk that you can upgrade, spend dust on. Yeah, and we'll see what the modifiers actually are. I think it's slightly better, Mile. Yeah, I think it's slightly better. I think it's not first and second. I think they said first and second, no? I thought, okay, all right. Well, I assumed there was the first 2 rows, but let me have a read whether it says that then. The new system lets you modify up to 2 perk slots in a weapon's proficiency tree, replacing what the tree offers with something more suitable. Modifying the first slot, modifying the second slot. Okay, so yeah, I suppose it doesn't strictly say that it has to be the first 2 rows. Theoretically, you could modify something from a different one that you don't like. Okay, maybe you're right. Okay, maybe I misread it then. Maybe I misread it. Maybe I was confused because the photo that it actually included is the second row or second column, rather. So I just assumed there was going to be 1 and 2. If it is any 2 perks that you want, that's actually even better, right? Because pretty much every weapon has like 2 dead perks, right? That you don't really want or, aren't very good. Being able to reroll those, cool. And especially so, that kind of would imply that the pool of bonuses for first and second is likely the same. That's interesting. But we would get armor proficiencies. They mentioned it, didn't they? They mentioned armor penetration. Armor penetration can be one of the proficiencies. So that will certainly be good for a lot of weapons. Well, for monk physical weapons especially, I guess. Surely we've got an extensive list of all perks and which rows they can show up. And yeah, oh yeah, for sure. They'll do a big data dump so that we don't have to be trying ourselves. Yeah, I'm sure. Of course, Tiger. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, yeah, actually, that's interesting. Split the plan. Yeah, you're right. So look, this is a proficiency that has is fully unlocked. And look at the bottom here. These other 5, they all have locks, right? By the way, you get bonus sub from me. Didn't know it lasts. Well, thanks, Yukicha. Thank you. Yeah, this is the thing. Maybe it is just those 2, right? Because it's like those are locked for the shaping, it seems. I don't know. Isn't that just because I haven't chosen a perk? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. It would be better. It would be better if you could choose any of them, right? I mean, for example, let's have a quick look at some real examples. Let's have a look at Sanguine Coil. You've got magic level, you've got crit damage, base damage for energy wave, crit damage for health core, 4% of magic level as extra damage for your spells, 2 energy magic level, 2 fire magic level. For example, in a death rotation, you definitely want to get rid of this one, right? Yeah, I don't know. It'll take a little bit of theory crafting to decide what are the 2 weakest perks on your tree and roll those off. Might not be that simple, actually, in a lot of cases. So you definitely want to keep the crit chance, for example, here. It'll likely be some of the first ones, right? 3% base damage for health score. 4% base damage for energy wave. I think you would probably reroll like this third column in the coil, right? 4% base damage for energy wave is probably the best one here, and it's not like that amazing, I suppose. Sanguine bow. Let's have a look. What could you reroll on a sanguine bow? Well, I did the one distance fighting isn't like insane, right? If everything else is good, you can get rid of the one distance fighting. You can probably get rid of the 4% extra crit damage in the second one too. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good. Yeah, I think in the sanguine bow you reroll the first two. You reroll the one distance and you reroll the 4% crit damage. Well, you wouldn't reroll the 4% crit damage. You'd reroll probably the life leech for Divine Caldera, right? So you could still choose between the crit damage and whatever augment you do get. Or the perfect shot. I don't know. Both of those are not very good, right? And that you could give up their 4% crit damage. If there's a separate pool of skills, I'm guessing one distance won't be able to change to plus 10% pierce. Maybe, Tiger. Maybe. I think, knowing Tipsoft, I find that such a system to be unlikely. I think they wouldn't have different pools and different weights for different tier of the perk. I think you're just going to have a global pool and they'll be able to roll anywhere. I think it's a little too convoluted to do it like you're suggesting. I wonder if we can reroll copies of the same weapon in different ways. No, it'll be weapon proficiency. It's irrelevant of the item itself. It's going to be character bound proficiency, just like your current weapon proficiency and progress. Assuming that's what you mean. You won't be able to have two different trees, right? Does it reroll the whole column or just individual spot? Individual spot. You'll be able to select one perk to reroll, right? There is no additional cost, only the dust. Yeah, by the sounds of it, it's only the dust, which is interesting because, I mean, dust does have some cost to it, right? Because dust can be changed into slivers, into exalted cores. So there is a monetary cost, right? In the like equivalent of like exalted cores. But still, it's not that expensive, right? How much is 1,000 dust? 1,000 dust gets you what? 1,000 dust gets you like one exalted core, right? So the cost would be like one exalted core. It's not that much. And that's like, 100k or something, 150k. Take a roll. That's not very much. You should have read the end of the teaser, Tiger. At the end of the teaser, they explained that they changed in the dust system. My God. Read the damn teaser, bro. A few more things worth knowing. The core resource behind all this is dust. It is bound to your character, cannot be transferred, so reaching your dream setup is a long-term goal that rewards dedicated play. To support all this, the maximum amount of dust a character can carry has been raised considerably. Each dust limit upgrade in the Exaltation Forge now increases your dust limit by 20 instead of 1, while the unlocking cost remains unchanged. This change is applied retroactively to all players. For example, if you had upgraded your dust limit 10 times, your limit would have increased from 110 to 300 after the update. And so the current maximum is 325, right? Is current bonus 325 or is it 315? What is the current maximum Exaltation Forge dust limit? Can someone remind me? Is it 325 or 315? 325. Okay, that means there's 225 upgrades total. So if you multiply that by 20, that means we got an extra limit of 4,500 now on top of the 100 that we had. So the maxed out dust limit now will be 4,600, right? Yeah, I think it's 4,600 now, the max dust limit. Which, by the way, if dust sources of dust are not increased, so if we don't have I don't know, if the dust drop rate or whatever loot rate from the fiendish and influenced creatures isn't increased, it's a lot of dust. It's a lot of dust. It's a lot of dust, dude. You upgraded to 230. So yes, exactly. So you'd have 2,700 after the update. Yep. They need to improve the quantity looted from monsters. Well, the one thing I'm thinking of is the Echo Raid stuff, right? The Echo Raid is supposed to be able to spawn groups of influenced creatures. So perhaps that is going to have a significant impact on our dust gains, right? Depending on how frequent the Echo Raids are and depending on how frequent the Echo Warden and influenced creatures raids are. Maybe there'll be a shitload of dust from that. I don't know. Maybe. Exaltation Overload event stonks. True. Long-term goal for your character still though, like gain like 1,000 dust. I don't know. How long does it take to farm like 1,000 dust? Like 2 weeks of like regular play? So a roll every like 2 weeks? I don't have any impressions about Monk after the rebalance. I haven't played it. I hear it's not great. I don't know. It seems overall, I'm a little bit lukewarm when it comes to this teaser. Like it's okay. I mean, when they released their weapon proficiency system, I honestly expected there to be a Gamba slash gold sync element to it where you could reroll some of the modifiers. So I guess this is it. Maybe they were planning to do something like this already when they released their proficiencies, but didn't quite get round to it. So now we get an opportunity to reroll some of those, right? But I don't know. It's fine. I do think that the only problem I have is I know Tipsoft, and I do think that the modifiers are not likely to be that exciting. So if you're expecting that you're gonna get stuff like plus chained penance number of targets or chained penance jump range or I don't know increased size of terror wave, like I don't think so. First of all, there are levels to this, right? So anything that's very strong is not going to be here because it has to be like a scaling modifier. So you can't have +1 target because how do you upgrade that? Do you upgrade to +2 targets, +3, +4? It sounds like there's going to be like 10 levels to each perk. So it's got to be like small percentage stuff, right? Hey, Antari, hello. It's gonna be chain penance. Yeah, it's gonna be shit like crit damage. They can be crit chance. They can have crit chance and it can just be like 0.1% crit chance, right? And then scale that through 10 upgrades to 1%. It can be crit chance, it can be crit damage, it can be life leech, mana leech, base damage. I don't know. What else did he say? Um Effects that trigger on hit or on kill. I mean, there's just like mana gain and life gain through that one, right? So I don't know. Not that many effects. Bonus damage against creatures in your bestiary. That one's interesting because that one will technically be best in slot pretty much always if you get the right one. But it is situational, so it's interesting if people will go for that one. I mean, someone like Mazarin, right? Someone who hunts the same hunting ground for like literal years, he would probably want to go for bonus damage against creatures in your bestiary and like go for the category that's like DLC monsters, right? And then he'd have like 3% extra damage. Sure, but anybody else probably wouldn't really go for that one. Damage and healing that scale with your skill. So again, X% of healing and damage as percentage of your distance fighting or whatever. Bit of armor penetration and much more. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this much more is probably not that much more. There'll probably be like one or two two other things. It's not gonna be much more. Much more would imply there's gonna be like 10 different things, but there's not. I don't think they'll have Pierce in there. But they could have Pierce, but it would be very low numbers, right? What do they have here? Yeah, look at that. It's the upgraded, right? So you have upgrades. You have 0, upgrade 0, upgrade 2, upgrade 4. So you can already deduce what are the values, right? So 4-man on hit is level 0. Here you have plus 1.3% damage. So level 0 would be plus 1% damage. And then increments of 0.15. So level 2 is 1.3. If there's 10 levels, I don't know how many levels there's going to be. I don't know if they said, but if there's 10 levels, then it could go up to 2.5%, right? 2.5% damage against bestiary class. No, because the dragon's lower. Yeah, you're right. And this is like level 4. What? What? Oh, do they have... They did mention something about there being even different roles, right? This... Hang on. Some of these effects of an augment... There was something that they mentioned that caught my attention. Hang on, let me have a... Here, this thing. This line is interesting. You can reshape the slot, rolling 3 fresh effects and choosing to swap your current one for any of them or keeping what you already have. And this is the key part. There is a small chance that you will receive a perk with a higher initial starting tier this way. So is this what we see in here in those bestiary classes, where this bestiary damage started on 1% and this bestiary damage here for dragons started on 0.1%? Not only do you have to keep rolling, and you have to find the perk you want, and you want to keep like the upgraded better version with a higher starting value. I don't know. Can't you upgrade them? Yes, but there's different starting points. Base values are different. I think that means there's a chance it was going to be like level 3 already. I don't think so. I think this to me, I don't think so. I don't think it means it's going to be like tier 3. I don't know, maybe, but I don't really see how it explains this amphibic and the dragon stuff. No, I know it says tier, but I'm not sure. And it also, this small chance, I mean, does it matter that? I don't. Although I suppose that kind of makes sense in his reshaping here, and he's getting tier 0, tier 2, tier 4 to start with, right? So maybe you're right. Maybe it's just a different bestiary category, has different values. But then I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And then, yeah, then you have a bunch of spells that is going to work on, right? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be not that impressive in the end. Like, it looks kind of interesting and kind of fun, but ultimately we'll just end up with having plus 1% base damage to your key rotation spell or something, right? After 3 months of grinding dust. I really do not think there's anything in here that's going to be like build defining, game changing, right? You're not going to have anything here like cooldown reductions or change of sizes of spells or anything like that. So, at best you're going to get like 1% damage boost or something through this. But it's kind of that's we'll see, I suppose. I think the ones that might be quite interesting is effects that trigger on hit or kill, like mana gain on hit and kill is very good for like low levels. I'm just going through like my low level sorcerer, and it's very good to get mana on kill. Again, probably not really relevant though if you have to spend that much dust to roll for it. You can further specialize Tainter for death stance. Yep, true. You could, yeah, that is true. If you wanna have a Sanguine Coil as your fire and energy rotation, but then you go for Tainter for like a death rotation, you could roll off, for example, the 5% crit extra damage modifiers, right, and get like presumably something better strictly for death rotation, and then use it for death rotation only. I suppose that could work. That could work, yeah. The 5th perk? 2 death magic level? I don't think so. Really? Oh, here you have 7.5 crit damage for death. Oh, I forgot. Is this better than 1 magic level? I guess it is. But is it better than 2 death magic level? Really? 7.5? Maybe. And then just go like crazy crit stuff. Crit chance for death spells. Crit chance here. Then you go, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I feel like you can probably get more than 5% crit extra damage through this new system for something. Test server this week? Yeah, it'll be tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or Wednesday. Yeah, 272. My highest one is on my monk. Let me check my dust limit on the monk. Not that it matters, as I'll be selling it. 311. So I'm almost maxed out on this one. On this one, I would have like, 4,500 almost. Crazy. Soltane is already so good for the rotation. It's still not good enough to use it over Sanguine Coil. So if you can make it just a little bit better. But this is the thing, Italian. Maybe you can make the Soul Tainter better for the death rotation. But you can probably make the Sanguine Coil even better as well, just like generically, right? With like some base crit chance or whatever, and it's still not necessarily obvious to me that that's going to be better for death rotation. We'll have to see. Telling the up and coming king of Tibia. Hey, Luquinho, who cares about test server? I'm really not that hyped about this. Like, let's wrap up the summer update. By the way, okay, the summer update. New mid-game ish respawn similar to Azor Revolts. New bossing and new best in slot weapon, presumably for like level 800. Echo raids and weapon proficiency stuff. So, majority of people will not really engage with this end game bossing stuff. For a lot of people, for me, Echo raids is like the whole update, basically. I know these weapon proficiencies. Yeah, I'll play around with them. Sure, I'll see what's up, but I really don't think it's going to be particularly game defining, game changing. And 2 months after the update, it'll just be just another little feature that we just, oh yeah, I have to roll until I get this modifier and then upgrade it and then never think about it. Some weapons have tiers with dead perks. Yep, of course. Yep. Oh, of course, it'll be somewhat useful. Of course, I'm sure you'll be able to get some better stuff. I want to see what the perks are. I definitely want to see what the perks are. But I'm not blown away by this summer update. If I have to be honest, I'm not blown away. The video on gems. Are the gems still not worth getting for the price? Well, if you don't have Spirit Phone gear, then yes, get Spirit Phone gear first. But with the rebalance, it is quite good to try and get some gems. Ideally, Combat Mastery, Revelation gem. That one is really good. Then at like 500, you could slot it in with your greater gem slot in the Executioner's Throw. But yeah, I think you probably want Spirit Phone gear first. Do I think we're gonna have some nerfs already tomorrow? I'm not sure. They confirmed there will be. They basically confirmed that it's gonna be nerfs. So we are gonna get some nerfs. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow yet. Infinite scaling modifier. Tricky in an infinitely scaling game like this. It's too much power creep. The real summer update was the rebalance. Yep, agreed. The great thing is that this is free. Yeah, I'm surprised it's free. I would have really expected them to also add in like a 1kk cost every time you reroll. Maybe there will be. Maybe there will be. Where did they confirm nerfs? Twice they said they are looking at balancing changes to benefit the long-term health of the game. And let me tell you, balancing changes that benefit the long-term health of the game does not mean buffs. I'm really sorry, but that does not mean buffs. Base damage, Divine Caldera Gem, the best in slot. I don't know about Paladin. I feel like Paladin probably base damage, Divine Caldera. Used to be Salvation or like Grenade Mastery. Nowadays, yeah, maybe Divine Caldera base damage. Yes, Monk doesn't heal very much. Monk doesn't heal very much. Spell Mastery, after casting X amount of spells, you get a small buff. Kind of boring. Right now, we don't get Druid Forks nerfed. I think you will. I think you will. I don't think it's going to be huge. I would be expecting Druid Fork nerfs to be nerfed by like 5 to 10% base damage. So now they are like what 105 and 97. The 97 will get nerfed to like 90 base damage, and the 105 will get nerfed to like 98 or something. That's my prediction for the Druid Fork nerfs. Hopefully nothing else. That would still be good. Hey, Grankine. They'll give Forks the same coding as Monk Chain. GG Druids back to runes. I'd rather they updated Chain Penance to Druid Fork levels. Yeah, well, I think every monk would. All right. I'm kind of don't want to do weeklies, bro. I don't want to do weeklies. Maybe I'll do them later. I want to get level 100 on my sorcerer first. Let's see if we can get level 100. Let me check. Let me check the weeklies here too, real quick. Didn't do anything last week on this one. The monk is going almost certainly, so kind of drained. I do want to do the paladin. Let me pick up the deliveries on the paladin. All right, see what we got. Kill Oh, White Tiger. Definitely not doing that one. What about these items? Let's have a look. 36 of these. Okay, we'll get that one. 25 rods. What? What is this? Thank you for the prime sub, Spider-Man. Tiger, did you like that? Did you like that new sub alert? Yep. There you go. New sub alert. I need to have a few. I need to have a few sub alerts like this, and then a random one will pop up. Wheel for 600 monk. Probably just T2 ascetic with a couple smaller gems. Thank you. Thanks, Spider-Man. Thank you. Only 25 rods. You got 146 of them. Please play Paladin. I will do after the Sorcerer. Oh, this one's great. Oh, this is like an amazing this is an amazing delivery. 54 noses and like 200 GP each. Lovely stuff. 146 Stone Refiner Skulls. I will take that. 15 Badger Boots. 300k. Talisman. Battle Shield. 31. 4k for Battle Shields. Nah. Thank you for the 2 more of them, Monique. The sub alert working how it's supposed to. Yep, I'm Polish, Łukasz. Yes. Alright, battle shields, grappling hooks, 98. Okay. Pretty good deliveries. And 14 vibrant heart. Okay, not pretty good deliveries. Vibrant heart, terrible. Rod, terrible. Plus, I'll be skipping some of the kills. I'll probably go for 12. 12 on this guy. Let me hand in the really cheap ones, though. All right. Anyway, now onto the baby sorcerer. What even drops battle shields, dwarf guards? I think Cyclops, too. I usually get some from Cyclops. Anything else? Zerkers? Do Zerkers drop them? Zerkers are like two-handed. No, they were like a halberd and stuff. Catacombs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hellspawns, right? I think Hellspawns maybe drop them. Minotaur guards. Okay, I don't know. A few things drop them, but 4K each still seems excessive. All right. Sorcerer's up to level 96. We have stamina and boost, so we're going to go hit up that level 100. We could be doing the weeklies too. Let me see. Let me have a look at these weeklies here. Lion Cloak Patch. 200k. Stag Parchment. 400k. Eyeless Devourer. 350k. Skull Fetish. 100k. We'll do the Skull Fetish. 40 Riptor Claw. 800k. 183 Plate Legs. Could maybe do the Plate Legs as well. Laying with your how long? Very nice. What is the vocation of that one? Is it a paladin, Luquinho? Where would I hunt on 291 EK? Probably Bookworld, Asura Palace, maybe. Hey, Include. Hello, friend. Yeah, all good. Nah. Yeah, no, the 500 MS is like my high level MS, right? That we're gonna switch to eventually. But no, this is my baby MS that we've started basically after the rebalance the other day. Yeah, let's get level 100 because I've actually recorded everything that I wanted prior to level 100. Finished Children of the Revolution yesterday and even did Wrath of the Emperor up to the 4th mission. So I have access to like Soul Eaters now. So that's good. But I do need to do Deeper Benuta now. And to do Deeper Benuta, I need to do the whole Ape City. This whole quest line is such a pain in the ass, dude. Class Rebalance is live. Yep. Last Tuesday. All right. The best place I've found so far is actually Ixapan. So we did go to Ixapan. It was very nice. I was off stream pushing 1.1 KK raw, which well, it's no druid numbers. It's no 100 druid doing 1.5 KK there, but it was pretty good. It was the best spot I could find so far. Anyways, hey Brokos, siemanko. Yeah, the rebalance is very good for basically everybody. Monks notwithstanding. What about the kills? I'll be able to gargoyles and walk. By the way, the beginner tasks are so good at this level. Like each of them gives me like half a level. It's such fast progress. Not that I really need it at the moment. I just progress through doing my videos and stuff anyway. Well, let's do a. Oh shit! I didn't refill, bro. What an idiot. Okay, I forgot to refill. Never mind. We're going back. I forgot to get my potions and runes. If you want to feel the power of it, you might want to play now because it's going to get nerfed like crazy. Well, the power is one thing, right? It's also the comfort, I think, is the bigger thing for me. I don't care that thing's going to get nerfed. I care more about the play style. As long as they don't make the play styles more clunky. Like, for example, I would really hate if they increased like the cooldown of forks for the druid, or like decrease the jump range or something. That would really suck, and I hope they don't do that. I don't mind if they balance the numbers and the costs of supplies, or even like the values of the monsters, what the monsters give and stuff, but I don't want them to make the gameplay clunkier. Please. If they just nerf the damage like everybody across the board, then it is what it is, you know, but don't ruin the play style, because the play style is what's ultimately improved the most. What do the pillars give for non-monks? When you say pillars, do you mean the shrines? They give you 10 wheel points when you finish the quest. So if you collect all the 10 shrines, you can then go to the monk NPC on that monk island, Blue Valley, and you'll get 10 wheel points. Is it worth to use runes on Paladin now around level 50? I don't think anything's changed on the Paladin to make the runes worse or better. Definitely from level 60, you shouldn't really be using runes. You can just use Divine, you can just use Mass San and Ethereal Barrage. I have 9 shrines on my level 10? Really? Yeah, I don't think you can you? I don't think you can. No, you definitely. You unleveled. Oh my god. Okay. Deleveled. Okay, all right. Good spot to level up quickly from 50 onwards. Well, you've got the new AoE arrows. You can just go like Ancient Scarabs and Bone Beasts and stuff. It's going to be fine. All right. Yeah, I still need to update the Paladin stuff, obviously, but we'll get there. I answer. Don't worry, I answer. You made 850 raw on yellow faxes. Yep. I mean, I can pull up the screenshot. I'll pull up the screenshot for you, Kviku. One sec. And remember, this is a pretty bad character, like 60 magic level. Now, let me find it. I still have it somewhere. Let's see. There you go. 868 raw experience right there. 868. This is on a yellow faxes, of course, as you can see. Let's see what level I was. I was level 84 when I did it. Didn't know that this place is good for MS. It wasn't really. It didn't feel didn't feel that great. They're weak to energy, so I was mostly just doing thunderstorms and runes and stuff. It's kind of hard and kind of not that fun, but yeah, doable. I was running Fenrock at level 60 RP for like 800k raw. I don't believe that. 117 base dist. 650, 700. Okay, 800 seems a little far fetched to me, even with such a distance. But I don't know. Maybe. Still using runes? Yeah, you're gonna use runes to some extent, all the way up to like level 300. I mean, this is a low level. Like low levels doesn't have its cooldowns, and I don't even have my key rotation for the non rune build, which is Death Echo. You only get that level 120. So level 300 is when you definitely don't use runes anymore. Up until that point, like your rotations get better and better, but you still use runes sometimes as a filler. You stick it for 40-minute downtime tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, we'll see what time the test server launches tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I am going away. We'll see. I don't actually think this test server is going to be all that exciting, right? You'll log into the test server, you'll look at the updated weapon proficiencies, you'll roll a few proficiencies, then you'll go on a hunt, you'll trigger a couple of echo raids. And yeah, I mean that's going to be the test server for me, really. Maybe I'll check out one of like the new respawns or something, but it's certainly not like the rebalance test server. I'm going to want to spend every single minute on there, you know? And yeah, minimap changes, sure, on top replica changes. Lots of changes were expected and wanted, but it's Tipsoft we're dealing with, so it is what it is. Check out the bosses? Yeah, sure, I'll check out the bosses, but still, I'm going to go and check out the boss. Die there once or twice. I don't know. I feel like I'll be done with the test server after like 1 hour this time around. You know, I'll just check the values of all the new items. Check out the proficiencies and stuff, but I'm not really sure there's that much to be really testing and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I have to uncover the lore. Yes. Yes, exciting. $740 raw on a 64 RP, 117 dist. Okay, that's still very good. But yeah, that is a high distance, obviously. But still, that is more than I would have expected, actually. Oh, that was a nice beam. Nice wave. Jizz. For a sword over club and axe, yep. I just like the sanguine and soul choices. That's it. Yeah, I would go. Honestly, it really does not matter that much. Like if I was buying a character, I would totally be focusing on the other things other than the weapon type. Like I would not be deciding if I'm going to buy an axe, sword, or club EK. I wouldn't care that much. But if I was starting an EK from scratch, yes, I would be starting in Sword. Which I have for my baby EK that I'm planning to, you know, use for rebalance testing. He will be in Sword. How do you access here? It's called, the quest is Adventures of Galfan. It's very simple access. You need to come to this place. Try and enter it. You get a quest update. You go to Rashomon, talk to an NPC. Then you go to Folder, you go to Oromond, and you have access. Like 10 minutes. Why Sword? Because I like this, the combination of the Sanguine and the Soul weapons. I like to have an Energy and Ice best in slot with 3 imbue slots. But again, this is becoming less and less relevant after the rebalance as well, where the imbue slots are not quite as valuable as they once were. Yeah, imbue slots aren't really as important now, right? Previously, you really needed the triple imbue for like mana sustain and stuff. But now, unless we get big nerf, you don't really need the third imbue. Best spawns for Druid level 400, I imagine Falcons, but I haven't played the Druid, so I don't fully know yet. It's not fully tested. I do imagine Falcons got to be up there. The cursed apes are a little stressful. Like the cursed apes hurt a lot. If I have 2 in melee range, I get a little nervous. Ah, triple beam. Love it. What's my top character level? It would be my monk. 840. These apes hitting a lot. Yup. Indeed. Good spot though, right? I mean, this is for this level Sorcerer solo, this has been the best spot I've found so far. It's actually a little bit better than Quara's in Liberty Bay. And it's really not that difficult, actually. You can get yourself in some sticky situations, but generally, I would say not too bad. You have to be careful here in this corridor, because you could actually spawn the ones that spawn around the fires, right? And then it's a little, potentially a little troublesome. But as long as you're not too close to it, you should be all right. What decides if your UE is energy or flam? It's the stance that I'm in. So if I'm in energy stance here, which means that if I cast an energy spell and then after that I cast the UE, then the UE is going to be energy. Just how my fire wave right here was energy. It's converted. And because the fire UE has a higher base damage, that's the one I always use as my default. And convert it to energy. Is low-level Paladin good here? Yep, this is also the best place for low-level Paladin, yes. I come here on Paladin from level 70, and it's very, very good. I think level 70 Paladin, I was making like 700 raw or something here. It was a slightly different lap, but yeah, kind of like this. Because on the Paladin, you can't You can't like clear this room, for example, because there's like 7 or 8, which with a single target paladin is a little bit too much. So you have to do a slightly different lap. But for a sorcerer, this lap is better. Should be one more monster here. There we go. Oh, we moved away of the beam. Come on. Isavi is worse. Isavi, you cap out. Unless you have like crazy magic level. But on this character, I capped out at like 850. And this is with the new death stance and stuff, which actually which helps as well. No, Isavi's like 850. And this one is like over 1. So no, Isavi's not better. Once you have like much higher level, then maybe, but even so, but then this place will scale higher with higher level and higher magic level too. So no, Isavi Sphinxes is not better. Isavi Sphinxes is just kind of brain dead, right? Because it's single target SD stuff. But it's not. Oh, bad UE. I missed 2 monsters. Good magic level? I think around 70 or so is already going to be pretty good, Jakku. I have 66 on this one, but I treat that as like a sort of default one, right? Good one would be like 80 or more, but then I think if I had 80 magic level, then I'd be getting lots of people complaining, right, that it's too high. So I'm keeping it lowish on purpose. When the double experience comes next week, not next week, in 2 weeks, right? I'm probably going to get up to like magic level 80 or so. I'll probably be like level 120 by then. So yeah, like level 120, I'll go for like magic level 80 or something. I made it myself. This was a baby sorcerer that I made literally like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, maybe. Oh, why would I be buying such a garbage character? I mean, this is a real nothing character. Has low magic level and everything. Fire UE works pretty well here as well. Don't really need to convert it. Anyway, I definitely saw the level 100 druid doing 1.5 KK roll here with the forks, but we aren't exactly going to match that. Solo druid OP, bro. Nerf solo druids. They've been OP for too long. Double EXP skills. Yep, yeah, double XP and double skills. Yeah, that's going to be in 2 weeks, yeah. So that's why I'm going to skill up a bit more. Going to focus on, like, all the accesses and stuff. Once I've hit level 100. Got to do, like, exotic cave access, which, yeah, not my favorite. Got to do Ape City. Got to do Explorer Society. So I've got Kalasa. What else do I have? Grim Veil Quest, Inquisition as well. Not a whole ton, but definitely a few. I think the worst one is the exotic cave access. That one will take a little while. Just because it's like gated, right? You can't exactly just rush it. you have to wait for the raids and do the points and stuff. I haven't played Tibia for a while and just started checking out Rebalance. Why solo druids are so strong. They're just very comfy and have very powerful new spells. Ormond Bandit. Yeah, I already purchased the points though. I already for the Ormond. Yeah, I'll need to do that too. That's on my list as well. But I purchased the 300 probes. So I'll just need to go to that one SQM where you can do your 300 Ormond points. It'll probably take me like 30 minutes. It's going to be easier than the exotic cave access at least. But yeah, I'm planning to do that in the next few weeks too. How much were the points? I paid 300 Tibia coins. Definitely worth it for me not to have to do Ormond access. Someone can prepare 300 probes for you for the probing task. And send them to you, and then you can do it very, very quickly. Bam, level 98. 11 minutes for next level. So we're doing about 11 minutes per level at the moment. We have 30 minutes boost still, so yeah, it should be okay to get level 100 on this boost. I think there's people on most servers doing gathering probes and then selling them. It's not like such a complex thing. It's very easy for somebody to do. And if your server has a lot of like pasta farmers and stuff, then I'm sure somebody is doing it. You can just ask in like your server Discord if someone's selling it. It's the best way to do it, to be honest. If you've got the money and you want to save a couple of hours of your time, then yeah, definitely worth. What is this place called? This is Upper Ixupan. Or Baby Ixupan, whatever you want to call it. Pretty profitable too. Got a few weekly deliveries, some imbue stuff. Ah, Critty, we love it. Get blown up. Yeah, good profit, great experience. What's not to love? And yeah, I think I've got a pretty easy loop going as well. When I watched that video of the druid with the forks, like the loop, the path, the route, whatever, it was like really complex. I really thought it was quite hard to follow. Whereas this one is very, very simple that I do. It's literally just a little circle. So definitely much simpler to keep track. You can get jackpot the broken X gear. Yeah, you can. I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could get the broken X stuff for the add-on. Yeah, you could. I didn't even really think about it, but yeah, you could jackpot that too. Yep. I mean, they drop so rarely, I haven't really thought about it. But yeah, in fact, I should probably add them to my analyzer. What quest is required to get here? The quest is called Adventures of Galfan, and it's just a very, very quick pre-quest to get the key to access this place. It's just a submission of that quest line. You don't need to be doing it all. I think a lot of people avoid this because they look at Adventures of Galfan and think it's like this massive quest with like Carney Sylvans and stuff, but you only need to do this little small subsection of this place. Any mid-high level sorcerer coming after update? What do you mean? Do you mean if I'm going to be playing my sorcerer? I mean, my high-level sorcerer, I'm holding off on as much as I can until after nerfs, right? I'm going to play this character until level 200, until the nerfs hit, If the nerfs still haven't hit by the time I've hit level 200, then I'll transition into doing bestiaries on my main sorcerer for some of the hunting grounds that I wanna record on the big sorcerer. For now, I'm just holding off as much as I can. I don't want to over level my my main sorcerer. I want it to be as close to 500 as possible for the 500 guides. Once I'm comfortable with the nerfs and stuff, then yeah, we'll do some high-ish level sorcerer stuff. I still think it makes most sense to do it chronologically, right? I mean, I know that the low level stuff is not super duper exciting, but still, it's makes sense to start with it and slowly progress, right? To me, anyway. Oh, another crit Yui here. This is where we Yui. Second crit in a row. Lovely. Ooh, Ape Fur. Okay, I'll take that. My first blue drop here. The new ecosystem. How it's going to affect EXP and loot from spawns? I don't think it's going to affect it too much, to be honest. I think it's probably going to be quite a rare thing. I mean, I don't know if they mentioned the numbers, but I do expect it's going to be like once an hour thing. If you're hunting somewhere, you may get like a raid once an hour. It'll be density dependent, obviously. Because, you know, if you're hunting someone like flimsies and you're killing like 1,500 flimsies an hour, then maybe it's going to be a little bit more common. But if you're hunting something at a slower pace, then it's going to be fewer, right? It's going to be percentage based for an echo raid. So the more monsters you kill, the more raids you will encounter. So you'll probably encounter a lot more raids in team hunts than you will in solo, for example. Team hunters win again. SMH. If I'm planning to make a comeback playing optional PvP in EU, what server should I pick? I would choose, honestly, any of the green optional servers. Nevia, Kalanta, Bravoria, DR. It really won't matter too much. They're all kind of similar. All mass transfer to Kalanta. Please don't. Please don't. Honestly, if Kalanta gets too popular and there's too many people here, I will just transfer off. There's nothing really keeping me on this server. I would finish my sorcerer journey on this server because I have both my sorcerers here. But once I'd finish the sorcerer stuff, I would just go to a different server because my paladin's on Nevia still. So if I find that Kalanta is too busy by the time I want to play my paladin, I'll just move him somewhere else rather than to Kalanta. No problem. 260 Druid Hunt Solo, of course. I think Gazer Spectres probably sounds like the best spot at this point for a 260 Druid. You could probably start thinking about Summer Court even, if you know what you're doing anyways. You can check out Tibia Power Plays. I've got the full list of places there that I'm planning to play on Druid and at which level. I do not remember everything immediately at the drop of a hat. I do imagine Gazer Spectre is probably the best one, though. Looks like I'm almost out of Thunderstorms. Still a while until level 100. Guess I gotta be using more spells. Wait, gem for level 600 monk plus. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember on the wheel. You probably can you get gem in the chain penance? Probably not yet. I don't think you use any greater gem on level 600. Or do you? If you're in the ascetic quadrant, I think you do. If you're in the spiritual outburst quadrant, I think you don't, because you want to have the T2 chain penance first. Something like sweep and takedown base damage is always going to be good. I don't remember what is the best setup now. People are saying that the setup probably hasn't changed very much. But it probably still is T2 chain penance, in which case you need higher level to get a greater gem there. Boom, 99. Man, I miss Luna days. Hey, man. It's time from scratch. Now is the best time ever. Honestly, best time ever. The rebalance, big vocation rebalance dropped 7 days ago. And it's honestly easier and more fun than ever. So, any vocation, really. EK is very, very comfortable now, too. No nerfs announced yet. No, but they are already preparing the community for adjustments for the long-term benefit and health of the game. So I don't know. I think theoretically it could already happen tomorrow. I'd be a little surprised, but yes, it could theoretically already be tomorrow. When I get T2 chain, what is the best? T2 chain. And then you've got the greater gem. Are you asking about the greater gem in the T2 chain quadrant? Probably ascetic mastery, so you can get tier 2 ascetic, even though you have because you're in the outburst quadrant. Or the sweep and takedown base damage, probably. Those would be the two I go for. I just realized my werewolf amulet is out. Let me stick that on. Extra 5% fizz. 6. But soon we'll be switching to the foxtail. Once I got foxtail, I throw away the werewolf amulet. Not bothering for 1% physical. If you don't mind doing all the painful quests, go fresh. Yep. If you're only going to play one character, it's not too bad. But if you're going to start like 4 or 5 characters from scratch, then it's a bit rough. Trust me, because I'm going through this now. I'll be doing all these quests on like so many characters. I'll remember these quests off by heart. I'll be able to do them all in my sleep. 30 minutes, 215k profit. Still averaging over 1kk raw per hour. 19 thunderstorms left, though. I'm really low on the thunderstorms. I really need to go spell playstyle. I'm going to be out. How many manas do I have? Also not that many. Only 49. Okay, we'll finish this lap and we'll go. Is this logical approach that for almost every location you need access? Is that a question? Don't quite understand if that's a question. First round of nerfs tomorrow. I think tomorrow is more likely to be the test server. I kind of feel like they don't want to distract from the test server and the hype around the summer update and the proficiencies with nerfs. I would honestly think tomorrow is not yet going to be nerfs if I had to guess, because they probably want people to be a little bit more excited for the summer update, and nerfing is not really going to do that. You know? No promises, though. Don't quote me on it. Tipsoft. Tipsoft works in mysterious ways. I have only one more question. When you are using your rotation, you only use outburst when focus harmony is up. Yeah. Yes, to start with, yes. Once you get better using outburst and understanding when it works well, you can sometimes use it instead of sweeping takedown. But yes, generally to start with, I recommend just using outburst when your focus harmony is up. And as you get better and better, you'll understand that there are cases where it is better to use outburst. It's usually when you have like around 7 or 8 creatures all really close to you, like in a box or something. Then it does make sense to go for outburst. But I can't kill those, can I? See if I can kill. Nah, I won't be able to kill them. Not on this level, I think. Yeah. Banuta -5. The round floor. Hang on, let me check which one is -5. Isn't -5 the one with like the water elementals and frost dragons and shit? How is the content these days for group solo? Do people TH or mostly solo? It really depends on the kind of player you are. I think there's you can do both. There are people who just log in, do 3-hour team hunt every day, don't play anything else, and there's lots of people who play solo. There's really a lot more content now that suits different play styles. So if you want to solo, you can solo absolutely, and it's technically a little less efficient than team hunting, but it's perfectly fine these days. Yeah, so Banuta -5 is the floor with water elementals and stuff. I don't think you would ever hunt -5. -6 is probably the one you're thinking of. -6 is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, right? This is -6. And yeah, this one 190 EK. I think probably not, because you don't have the right elemental weapon. You want the energy elemental weapon. I don't believe there's a single energy elemental weapon at level 190. So you probably need at least level 200 when the first energy elemental weapons come online. So I don't think I'm going to go back to get the level 100. I think I'm probably going to do my weeklies, Dwarks and Gargoyles. I'll do those two real quick. And that will be, that'll give me the level 100. Get a pull on -5 and go -6. Yeah, okay, yeah. If you actually ride the level to hunt -6, yeah, you also grab one of the pulls on -5. Actually, maybe even two. Where is it? Yeah, so I usually get these rooms here, right? One room, second room. I get like these two rooms here. Yeah, on -5 as well, because then the respawn on -6, if you're high enough level, doesn't really keep up, right? Where's the entrance to Dwarks? Yeah. Did I have a good weekend? Yeah, sure. Weather's been very nice in Poland, so I had a good weekend. Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh, and actually, I have the Ape City mission here. So now that I'm here, I suppose I could go and do my mission. I forgot about that. That is convenient. How do I open the task to see weeklies? I don't know. I just click in the prey. In the prey tab, I just click on the bounty and then I switch over to weeklies. That's how I do it. I don't know if there's a shortcut or anything. Do you recommend doing beginner weeklies task even on high levels? Yeah, I'm always going to be doing beginners. The only situation that there is literally for me, there is one situation in which I wouldn't do beginner weeklies. And that was if I was a full-time content creator and I just needed some extra stuff to like figure out what to do in the week, right? If I was streaming Tibia for like 40 plus hours a week, you know, taking expert or master would be quite helpful because I would just stream that for the week, right? We'd be doing the weeklies every week. And that's kind of like kills lots of like, gives you a lot like content ideas, right? Outside of that niche situation, niche use case, I would not be doing anything other than beginners. Or if you're like an achievement hunter, I suppose, right? You've got the achievements. Here we go. Here's the quest I needed. Perfect. And I need 5 more dwarks for the weekly. Aren't you a full-time content creator? Nope. I'm a hobbyist. I have a full-time job and I stream when I have a couple of hours here and there. I mean, I stream like 30 hours a month, so it's totally not. That's definitely not full time. Weather's been hot in Netherlands too. Yeah, it's been pretty hot everywhere, and it's still gonna be hot for a while. We're going on holiday tomorrow. So looking forward to the nice weather. The kids will probably be pretty happy. Swimming pool, etc., etc. Planning to do delivery on your MS for the speed boost. Oh, discovery, not delivery, discovery. I don't think I'll be doing full discovery for every region. I'll be doing discovery for regions where there's a benefit to be had from the speed boost, most likely related to paralyzers. So I do plan to do the Rasha on pretty much every character because the number one paralyzed pain respawns are the Feruseals. So I definitely plan to do the Rasha on like every sort of mid-level character. Maybe Roshamul as well, because Roshamul will help you with like Upper Rosh, Rosha West, which are also kind of paralyzed heavy respawns. And other than that, I'll just have to think about it. Respawns basic. I'll probably do the easy regions too. So like if there's something very, very quick to do like Fairest, just to get that extra 5 speed boost, I'll probably do. But I'm not going to be bothering with like doing Port Hope, for example. Yeah, that would be nice for Deeper Benuto and stuff. But it's going to take so long to do Port Hope just for the sake of it. That's probably not worth it. Where are you going to for vacation? I'm going to the Polish mountains. One of the cities in the Polish mountains. What do you do for a living? I work at a bank as a risk analyst and a software engineer. So I write risk analysis, mathematical models in Python, implement them, distribute them to our users. Basically a hybrid mathematician and a software engineer. Does MS get fork spell too? No. The closest he gets to a fork spell is an updated version of the lightning spell, which gives him 2 chains, but that's more of a chain than a fork. No wonder you could get a Soul Mask when they first came on the market. I struck a deal of a lifetime back then. I got the first Soul Mask, I think, for 300 KK, and then sold it for like 650, like 2 months later. Out of the deal, bro. AML analyst? Well, it has analyst in the name. That's as close as they get. Or some hiking routes. Well, I have 2 young kids that I'm going with, so I don't think we'll be doing much hiking. It'll be more hanging out by the pool and stuff. But yeah. What do you think about weapon proficiency update? It will shake up a low-level weapon meta. Okay, Cortesky. So let me first clarify. Are you talking about weapon proficiency as a whole, or are you talking about the teaser that we received today about the re-rolling? Okay, there's someone here. I don't want to KS some low levels. Let me go to the lower levels to finish this weekly. I don't. The weapon proficiency system. It's all fine. It's all fine and good, but I was never like that blown away with it. It's all right. It's my only issue is that it just feels like it's build customization in a trench coat kind of. What I mean is that it's disguised as build customization, but isn't really, because everybody just ends up having the same build anyway. I wish it was a little. I don't know how to make it like that, but I wish there was actual customization, right? I really wish it was closer to like a Path of Exile skill tree with like 1,000 nodes that you could choose from, rather than 7. You know, it's better than nothing, but it's ultimately a little flat to me. It's not that exciting. Now that there's going to be a reroll, it's technically going to be a little bit actually customizable. But again, what's going to happen is you're going to have some number crunchers run through the whole possible pool of modifiers that you can roll, and they'll say, oh, okay, the best numerical modifier is X. And then a year after, everybody will just have the X modifier in perk 1 and modifier Y in perk Z or whatever. Like, I'm not convinced it's going to really provide much in the form of build customization ultimately. The biggest customization you have in Tibia, I suppose, is greater gems and just gems in general. But again, ultimately, people just decide what is the best gem, and then people just roll until they get that gem. So there isn't that much customization. It's just a gold sink, right? When they're supposed to cut the rune size, they were, but then they rolled it back. They realized that they made the spells good enough that runes won't be really used anyway at the point where it matters. At some point, math just says this is the best thing. Yeah, I suppose the bigger problem in Tibia is that there isn't really any actual builds to choose, right? Everybody runs. Like, if you're a paladin, what builds do you have? Level 100. Weeklies. Woohoo! At some point, you just what builds do you have in Tibia, right? As a paladin, you've got the divine build and the physical build. I mean, there's only so much you can customize with that, right? There's just not enough spells and stuff to make for interesting builds, I think. Thank you. Having a rarity buff would probably be the only thing that would allow for more customization and choices. Yeah, then you choose if you want to have more loot, more drop chance, or more power, I guess. But it doesn't seem that fun to me. That's not very fun in Path of Exile either, if people just go for rarity. EK 600 skill 117. Do you recommend low blow savage blow? I recommend low blow savage blow, yeah. And then overpower and parry probably as your fourth one. Doesn't matter how much customization there is, people converge on the best. Yeah, I mean, technically, yes. But if, that would imply that, like, in a game like Path of Exile, every class just had one build that everybody was playing. And that's not true. That is not true, right? There are tons and tons and tons of builds. And yeah, for a particular build, so you go for a particular build in Path of Exile, yeah, the skill trees and stuff will look very, very similar for everybody playing that build, but at least there's a lot more builds. Maybe that's the problem in Tibia. Maybe that's the problem. There aren't that many builds, right? If you're an EK, what build do you have? You cast Ixori Gran off cooldown, then you cast Ixori, and then your build choices are, do you go Ixori Min or Ixori Mass, right? That's not a fucking build, right? That's just, what is that? It's not a build. So I guess that's the problem maybe in Tibia, that there is no builds, which means there's never going to be customization, because if you only have one valid build, then indeed somebody will just find the optimal modifiers for that particular build, right? All right. We've got level 100. So I don't need to be EXPing anymore. Now I've got a bunch of places I will want to test out. Do I want to bore you with some quest accesses? By Sunken Quarter, I have access to Yalahar. Don't need anything here. Don't need anything here. Don't need anything here. Grimvale -4, I don't need anything, but I will want to start the Grimvale quest line at some point. Lovely quest. Lovely quest, Grimvale. Soul Eater, I've got access. Class, I don't have access. Putrid Mummies, Adrenware, Exotic Cave. Okay, all those places I can go to. Those I still need accesses. To be fair, though, no matter how diverse the builds would be in Tibia, everyone would play only the one that is most efficient overall. Well, I think that I don't think that is necessarily true, as long as there was enough variety in the builds and the results were close enough. Yeah, if someone was like a proper meta pusher, then they probably would converge on the best one. But I think if you had like genuine different builds with very different mechanics, and one of them was making like 1% less experience here or whatever, people would go for different builds. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Like, it's the proficiency update. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll play around with it. It's gonna be fine. I'm glad that there isn't a big gold sink element to it. I am glad that it's just farming the game. You farm the game, you get the dust, and then you just do another roll, and then you upgrade it. It's fine. The only thing I'm not so sure about is the starting values of the tiers. I hope there isn't that much RNG in there whereas you can get one perk like crit chance starting at a different base value than a different crit chance perk, meaning that you have to keep rolling until you not only get the right modifier, like crit chance, but also the right starting value. I didn't quite understand that from the teaser. I hope there isn't. I hope there isn't like a big difference in those, but we shall see. Gemma. For charms, do you think it's best for young mages to just live on each step of the lower spike? I don't know what charms have to do with it. But yeah, if you want to PG a mage, then sure, you can just go upper spike, then you go middle spike. I don't think you can go lower spike at level 80 though. At level 80, you want to go like Ixupan or Quaras or something. Lower spike isn't that good until, I don't know, 250 or something. Where did you do your 80 to 100 range? I've tried everything on. I basically just tried everything on Tibia. I mean, there's so many places. Hang on. What did I try? So we tried Ixupan, Quaras Liberty Bay, Yellow Foxes, Isavi Sphinxes, Edron Vampire Crypt, Old Masonry, Muggy Plains, Askarak Demons, Faerus Surface, Kralos Bug Cave, Giant Spiders, Hive Surface. That's it. And basically you get like one level every time you go to a different spot. Because that's how fast the experience goes at this level. So I just tested a bunch of places and I basically got my whole levels. If you want to know the best two places, I would say Ixapan and Quara's LB are in fact the best ones. And I'm going to up this a bit to 1.05 KK raw. Congrats on 100. Thank you. Is the strat for weekly task just to roll beginner? That is my strat, yes. I think that is largely the most efficient way, yep. Impossible question to answer for you, but I sold my monk 3-4 months ago and loved the playstyle. Got a knight, but not loving it. Any recommendation? Well, then you want to go for sorcerer. I mean, if you like skill expression, then yeah, sorcerer is like the only one really with a proper skill expression right now. It would seem, especially for solo. Not a new major on Malignant, but going to wait for double to train ML a bit. Yep, we'll be doing a video a day. I have. Let me see. I have 23 videos already recorded. So all the way up to level 100, there's another 23 videos coming. So in 23 days, so I guess around 14th or 15th of July, we'll be moving to like level 100 places. And then it's going to go quicker because there's fewer places the higher you go. Next one is ED. The plan is Paladin and ED after. We'll see how I feel after 3 months of Sorcerer. Maybe I want Druid afterwards. 550 Monk hunts Zao dragons with a Cobra bow? No, I don't think so. I remember when I went there for the first time, and that was like before like the latest nerf. At 600 with a Sanguine Claw, it was difficult. So 550 with a Cobra bow after the nerfs, I don't know. I mean, it's probably technically doable, but I wouldn't recommend it. It is possible to sustain yourself as a mage with supplies without spending Tibia coins from the beginning. I mean, it is, especially now with the weekly stuff. Right? You've got tons of profit places. You can go to Terramites on level 8. I'm not showing, hang on. You can go to Terramites on like level 8 and it's like 120k profit per hour through the Terramite legs. And then you get hit level 30 and you go like Port Hope, Corums, and you get like 300k per hour. Mummies, 400k per hour. Dried Gardens, 400k per hour. So there's lots of profit places you can do, but still not really all that much considering how much you really do want to invest in your magic level training and stuff. You're not going to be well off, but you can definitely sustain yourself. Yeah. Have you tried middle spike -5? I tried middle spike. I don't know about -5. I don't know which one I like. I don't know if I like -5. Hang on, let's see. No, I like -4. I don't like -5. So I'm assuming this is -5. I personally much prefer -4. And yeah, on level 550, I was doing 750 raw. By the time I was like level 75, I was doing about 850 raw in middle spike. I much prefer -4. The reason is that on -5, on this one, you have a lot more mutated bats. And mutated bats run away on like half health and they're a real pain in the ass because of it. You have to chase them down and kill them. Whereas the route I take on -4 basically has like one mutated bat, so you don't have to deal with that. So yeah, I prefer -4 middle spike to -5. 468 MS with 114 magic level, 7.5 peak raw flimsy. Yep, that's solid on 486. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Julian Della. Pretty good. I think probably theoretically able to go a little higher than that, but yeah, that's pretty decent. Level 192 MS with 88 magic level. Is it bad? No, it's okay. It's all right. Back in the day, it would have been very good. Now it's like kind of just average. Paladin should still be looking for elemental charms. Yes, elemental charms still for Paladin, not crit charms. Yeah, I prefer -4. I do a lap like here. I do like the northern section. I do a lap around like the northern section, kind of like this. You can't really do a lap on the southern section anyway, so yeah, pretty obvious you need to do like a northern section lap. 20% auto damage reduction from auto attacks. Yep, I don't think that's going to affect dragons all that much, though. There's a lot of ranged elemental damage there. It's exactly what you had, but you had 80 levels more on your sorcerer. Yeah, also, I was probably streaming, right? I mean, do keep that in mind. Do keep in mind I usually lose 5 to 10% efficiency when streaming. -2 were tigers. 93 magic level on 220 ED. I think it's fine. Look I don't have a view on like average magic levels. Like it's like 70 for 100, 80 for a 200, 90 for 300, 100 for a level 400. Something like that ballpark is fine. If you have 5 magic levels more or less or whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, what did I want to do? Quest accesses. Let me do my weeklies real quick, I think. On the sorcerer or on the paladin. Let me do it on the paladin. I think I'm going to play the paladin more than I'm going to play the sorcerer, I think. What do we have? But it's actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to do on the paladin because it's Nevia and it's Monday. And Mondays on Nevia are not good. Not good at all. Let me do these ones. Gosler, Deep Sea Crab, Tarantula, Sabang, Poacher. Let me see if it's a Poacher world change today. This seemed like a good mini world change, good set of bounties, weeklies. Yeah, -2 air tigers is better, indeed. Is it poachers? Poachers come here. Wild animals north of the Green Claw Swamp clearly dominate the area, but poachers come here to hunt. Okay, so it's not actually poachers. All right. Go Gosler first then. Don't hate on the best server. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Hey, Gaines, how's it going? All good. Going on vacation tomorrow, so I'll be off for a little while. Not sure when we're going to have the next stream. Probably maybe next weekend or something. I'm only off for like 3 or 4 nights. But yeah, all good. Had a really lovely weather in Poland these days. So enjoying that. Yeah, all good. Thank you. Why Mondays on Nevia not good? It's because loads of people do their weeklies. And as there is lots of people on Nevia, that means doing your weeklies on Mondays on Nevia is tricky because every single friendly soul wants to go and do their weeklies as well. So I just avoid it on Mondays on Nevia. Got unlucky with your delivery tasks? I got pretty lucky on this one, except the vibrant heart, but still pretty good. I think I'll be able to do 16 on this character. I haven't played the sorcerer, mid-level sorcerer in a few days. I need to remind myself what the rotation's like. I went for the fire rotation. It's my favorite easy one. My combination of monk and ED as my highest characters. I'm kind of hedged for whatever happens. Sure, if you don't mind like changing your characters and stuff, yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna ruin Druid. I really don't think so. I think they'll probably just lower the results a little bit to encourage maybe a non-fork playstyle. But we shall see. Maybe they're okay with it. Maybe they're okay with Druid being such a comfy class. Fine by me too. Don't think it's a problem. As long as the results of classes like Sorcerers are still higher. What about RP? Are we seeing RP being like that broken? I mean, I would, yeah, I think they will nerf the stances. Yeah, I think they will. I think they will probably nerf sharpshooter from 40% to 30. And they will nerf the 7.5% of dist gained as the magic level stuff to probably to 5%. I'd imagine those changes are pretty likely. We need 5 more Guzzlers. Make MS less sweaty, please. The only way in which I think they can make MS less sweaty is if they add waves on cursor. That's all. I don't think they will change it in any other way. Green belt outside of Bashmu spawns? Does Earth work on Goannas? I was kind of always thought they would be immune or strong against Earth. Well, they are kind of strong, 75 and 80. Guess it's not that great. Probably still better than runes. Wave at cursor. Yeah, I do think wave at cursor is possible. I really think it's just a good feature to add, and I don't know why they didn't add it. I just have to assume that they didn't have time. I do think they will add it eventually, especially as a lot of people are saying that, you know, Sorcerer is quite difficult, right? Quite difficult. Deep sea blood crabs. Now, I can do those at Oromond or sea serpents, right? I don't think I have sea serpent access, though. Maybe I skip them. Nah, let's go do them. Yes, I know it's not technical difficulty. Yes, but still, I feel like they maybe just didn't see the comments properly. I don't know. I never really trust Tipsoft to know what's best or like notice all the feature requests. I don't know. We shall see. I hate this person on Kalanta, by the way. Xelos Meta, if you're watching, bro, I beg you, close this door. I beg you. The stupid algorithm in Tibia keeps wanting to walk through this damn door when I map click to go to Oromond West. Please, bro, please. I beg you, close this damn door, okay? What do you think they will eventually do to our beloved Sorcerer when it comes to rebalancing the rebalance? I think they'll probably just lower some of the base damages. Maybe Beam Mastery, I don't know. I don't know. But I think some val I think the playstyle doesn't change. So what is there to change? What is there to change? It's got to be base damages, right? They'll probably run the numbers on what's like the most powerful spell, what deals the most damage for most people, and just lower the damage like 5-10%. I wouldn't be surprised to see a base damage nerf on Death Echo and the 2 beams, maybe even on the Energy Wave. Basically, I wouldn't be surprised to see base damage nerfs on every spell other than the Fire Wave. If they nerf the Fire Wave, then heck W, but hopefully not. Does MS deserve a nerf? No, I agree. I agree. I think absolutely. After all said and done, if Sorcerer is not making the highest experience, then what's the point of playing the Sorcerer, right? When it's so demanding compared to everything else. But I think, you know, they will nerf everybody anyways. So everybody will be weaker anyway, and proportionally, hopefully, MS is like 5% better still. Thank you, Felipe. There's not that many crabs down here. I think there's more crabs in the birthing grounds area. I'm gonna have to go there. What spawns is this? This is Seacrest Serpent respawn in Oromond. You're a god. Tell me something I don't know, bro. Sea Serpent area in Svalgrund. Yeah, but I'm not doing the quest for that. No, thank you. Not on a throwaway character. It's fast though. No, it's a cancer access. I really don't like that one. Not that fast. It takes like 10 minutes. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, 10 minutes is not that fast. I just hate the access, I suppose. I really hate the running around BS. Yeah, it's probably one of my. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I suppose it's not such a long access. It's just an access I avoid because it's not a particularly good hunting ground either. Ah. A large shadow. Oh, don't remind me. I had to do it not that long ago. I think we did it on the monk not that long ago. I don't want to do it. Is there a vocation on which the secret serpents are actually like a top tier respawn? The sea serpent respawn in Svalgrund like a top tier for anybody anymore these days? If there is, it will probably be EK, but probably still not very good though. Surely at this point, when you would hunt sea serpents, you just go I don't know, Carlin cults or some shit. So why would you ever go to sea serpents? I don't know. It feels like that respawn hasn't really survived the power creep. Here we go. All right, this one's done. Base damage, and if you mean in the wheel, no, I mean just to the spell itself. I mean, now the base power of energy waves like 150. They could easily lower that to like, 135 or something. By the way, I'm not necessarily saying they should do that or anything. I'm just thinking aloud what Tipsoft may do. They should make the cold spawns bigger and circular. Yeah, a lot of the cults. What is the cult respawns? It's misguided stuff. I want to check out the misguided respawn. I've got that on my list to check out. I think level 120. AB cults are good. Orc cults, yeah, orc cults could do with like a little more circular route. You kind of run out of respawn there. Carlin cults are fine. All right, what's next? Tarantulas and Sibangs. Okay, we're back to Port Hope then. Tarantula, Sibang, and Swamp Troll. And Tortoise. Probably not Tortoise here. Svalgrund Sea Serpents needs a buff at this point, yeah. And it's awkward with all the level changes as well, right? So it's not only are the results quite bad, it's a little bit annoying with the level changes, at least in the northern spawn. And in the southern spawn, it's annoying with the young Sea Serpents running away and stuff. Yeah, it's unfortunately one of those respawns that was very cool back in the day, but hasn't really lasted the test of time, Botrix link is expired, apparently. I just clicked on it and worked for me. So it shouldn't be. If you want Discord, by the way, discord.gg/Kuznia works as well. Because did you say it on YouTube? Because we actually got a bunch of nitro boost to the Discord server the other day. So we actually have a custom link now for the Discord server. So yeah, if you want to join away. Hello, Quinn. Suddenly I don't want to sell my Kamas anymore. Is that because it's so cheap because everybody else is selling theirs? Or is it because somehow you believe in the monk now? Not every respawn, Chris, needs to be all that good for everybody all the time. I don't know. I feel like Carlin Cult and Barkless have a pretty good niche use case. Even Edrin cults to me aren't too bad, to be honest. I probably would like a Misguided. Although I think they know about Misguided. They buffed it a couple of times, I think. What else is there? There's Putrid Mummies as well. Yeah, Putrid Mummies aren't great. What else is there in cults? Oh, there's the one in Tice, right? The gold-handed cultist or whatever. Is that even a respawn? What is that? That's not even a respawn, I feel like. They could definitely make some changes there. Thanks to the update, I managed to get Soul Kamas at 300. Good for you. I'm addicted to Death Echo. Yep, me too. Me too. Death Echo, amazing. Amazing. Amazing spell. Very, very happy with that one. Feels great. How would you synchronize Tibia with monitor refresh? I don't synchronize any settings with monitor refresh. I do not recall ever doing anything around that. I wasn't aware that that's a problem. Kamas is 230 on Sakura. Okay. So it's dropped a bit. It was, oh, you mean 280 before the teaser about the new best in slot energy weapons? Yeah, Kamas is out. Yeah, I wish I sold it. I wish I sold it some time ago. Oh well. I'll be selling out my monk gear soon enough, anyways. Energy rotation with wave and echo is worse than fire cooldown. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind. You just need to have two hotkeys for the energy rotation as all, but it's not that difficult. Imagine weeklies with forks. Oh, stop it, Luquinho. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, or I'm gonna play Druid next and get your ass nerfed, okay? Don't don't tempt me, Luquinho. You'll regret it. You're getting 170 to 190 FPS in game. What's your CPU then? Let me check. I don't remember from the top of my head. So my CPU is AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. That's my CPU, and my graphics card is AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT. There you go. I'm not much of a person who pays attention to these things. Just whenever I build my computer every few years, I just look up what is the best mid to high end setup in current year, and I just use that. So I guess this is what they told me when I built my computer like 3 years ago. I should have just brought some runes. In fact, don't I have some runes? No. Yeah, I think for doing beginner weeklies, I still think getting runes is the way to go. in-game graphics. DirectX 12 and anti-aliasing. There you go. I hope that helps. Good morning. Assuming the Ice Club best in slot arrives, what is the best weapon set for solo play? I think you still basically need everything, no? I mean, if there is a new best in slot Ice Club, then I guess you just sell your Soul Crusher and then nothing changes, right? You still need every element. I don't remember from the top of my head what's that for each element for the club, but yeah, you'll still want everything. You're running AMD VSync. Okay, I understand. I have no idea. I don't know what that even means, if that's bad or good, whatever. Look, it's working. I have nice FPS. I don't get any screen tearing. I don't, my computer doesn't seem to be working over time. It's not overheating. Everything is working fine, so I'm not touching anything, Seems to be all good. You go back to the game after 17 years. Following your mage guide has helped a lot. The imbuement thing and the perk wheel still confuses me, though. Yeah, I mean, the wheel, don't worry about it too much. The wheel is definitely something that's a little slightly higher levels. Imbuements, you definitely want to look into and spend some money on imbuements. They really do make the game a whole ton better. What do we have left? We have Sequoias and Tortoises. So Mariana and Svargrund. If you disable VSync, you'll notice a big improvement in input lag. As long as your cap frame rate will be the same performance-wise besides the input delay. So I should disable VSync then? Is that what you're saying? Yeah? I'll give it a go. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I can try it. I'm not restarting the Tibia client right now, so I'll see it next time and see how it feels. Otherwise, I'll just switch back. Only 43 people still have perfect weekly task streak. Yeah, I feel like some of those were broken with the addition of the new items from the Phantoms, right? I think that certainly messed up some people. Am I the only MS struggling with new mechanics? Can't reach my raw from before the update. Well, it's certainly a lot harder. Not reaching your raw from before the update is a little concerning. It means that you're struggling a lot by the sounds of it. But yeah, just practice. It's definitely harder. Definitely harder, but should be better. Where are you hunting? I'm not hunting anywhere at the moment. Right now, I'm just doing weekly beginners. I'm planning to hunt. Probably not going to hunt anymore today, actually, because I have to finish in like 10, 15 minutes. But we're mostly focusing on the baby sorcerer anyway. We hit level 100 on him today. Gonna be making some more guides. There is so much content in this game. If you become a content creator and you want to make guides for like all the spots, you realize like how much there is in this damn game after decades of development. Okay, yeah, runes definitely better for beginners. I'll remember this next time. Next time I do beginners, I'm gonna pick up a bunch of runes before I start, because definitely easier to do this with beginners. Definitely easier to do it with runes still. Hey Kim. Oh, is it only update when they relog? Okay, all right. So maybe okay. So yeah, no way that many people lost in 1 week. Sure. If they nerf Echo, I quit. I don't think, again, I don't think they're going to nerf it mechanically in any way, but they will nerf damage by a bit, I imagine. If they do, I hope they don't. I wouldn't mind too much if they nerf the beams a bit and the energy wave a bit. I would rather they left the Echo as is, but could be wishful thinking, you know? All right, this one's done. So we just need Chakoya Wind Collar. And before I forget, I'll try and pick up the thunderstorms for that one. You doing weeklies? Yep. Think I quit last time when they nuked UHs on nights. Welcome back, Grandpa. Isn't the coil 600 plus? Yes, but you can work on the proficiency anyways. So I have proficiency 5 on it already through killing easy stuff while I'm doing like my weeklies and bestiaries and stuff. That's the only reason. Sorry about the notification. Paladin or Druid after rebalance for a chill play? Both of those. Both of those very chill. So choose the one that you like the look of more. Both extremely comfortable. Nice to find some use for AoE runes. Yep, low level and bestiary. Oh shit, I have no more thunderstorms. My house NPC is in Svargren, so I'll stop by there to get some thunderstorms. Can you tell me how I can do Gamba perks in proficiency? Well, no, there was just a teaser literally dropped today for the summer update where you'll be able to Gamba them. Not right now. You'll be able to reroll 2 perks of your proficiency wheel after the summer update. But more details to be announced or to be discovered during test server. How can you use Sanguine Coil? I mean, I can't use it. I don't benefit from it. It's having it equipped is almost as having no weapon. The only difference is that I get the proficiency for it. That's all. Oh, Northern Pike. Profit. Easy profit. 169k. Donks. Do you have guides on imbuements for mages? You want, as a beginner, you want a basic void imbuement, basic mana leech, basically. That's all you really want to care about. If you don't want to look into it too much, just get the basic mana leech in your helmet. And that'll be your introduction to imbuements, and that should be sufficient to get you started. If you want, you can watch my Mage 8 to Mage 50 guide from a couple of years ago. I do talk about imbuements in there a little bit, but you probably just need to read up about how the imbuement system works and realize that for mages, Mana Leech is likely the best one, especially early on. Do imbuements work? No, imbuements don't work on a level that you do not meet level requirement on. So no, I do not have any imbues on the Sanguine Coil, and they wouldn't work anyways. How's the balance working out? Do you still think sorcerers have the better vocation compared to paladins and druids? I think sorcerer and paladin power level are quite similar. The only thing is that sorcerer is much more demanding to play. Druid power level is probably lower than both paladins and sorcerers, but it's even comfier and even more crazy chill. And it, it kind of needs to stay that way. If they're gonna be so chill, they do need to ultimately have lower maximum experience, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. Do I need powerful imbues on level 145 Knight? Yes. Knight is the vocation that benefits the most from imbuement, so you should definitely try and invest into getting powerful Man Leech in your helmet, definitely, and probably full set of powerful imbuements in your weapon. The one that you can consider skipping if you really can't afford it is the imbuements in your armor. You can get away without having the armor imbuements on an EK. The friend who loved fishing in Spargren for the... yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got another one. I didn't even notice. We've got 2 Northern Pikes. This is like a 5kk profit per hour spot, dude. Oh my god. Perfect. We can now go do that sea serpent access. Oh, insane. For Lunar Days, there was almost no high level EK, so you could get team hunts instantly. If the thing is, these days it's pretty rare to do random team hunts. I think maybe I'll live in a bubble, but I feel like you don't really team hunt with people you don't know. So what you'd probably want to do if you do like doing duos and team hunting, you'd probably want to play on a server with a fairly active community and join a fairly active guild and try and make some friends to have stable team hunts with. I don't know that I would ever, join a team hunt with someone from advertising. It's just not the way the game is really ever played, to be honest. It's just not something some people on Antica probably do it. But it's not exactly how people do it these days. All right, I think we're done with the weeklies. Let me do the deliver what I've got as well. Level up. Okay, we've got 13. So I need 3 more. I'll do the encrypted notes and bone rattles as well. They're cheap enough, and we'll do the poachers, or at least the any creatures. So the only one we'll skip this week is the vibrant heart. It would cost me a lot. I'm gonna have to finish. Now. Let me just run out. I feel like the sorcerer is a lot of extra struggle. Yep. Are you progressing your wheel towards the beam? Yeah, that's the first thing you do want to get, yes. The first thing you want to get is the Death Echo cooldown reduction. That is by far the best perk in the wheel. So you want to get that one first. And then, yeah, the beam mastery, as long as you're using beams, right? If you're in the fire rotation, you're probably not using beams. You're using Great Fire Wave and Death Echo. But if you're in the energy or the death rotation, then you are probably using beams, in which case, yes, beam mastery is where you want to go. Are those not super cheap nowadays? What? The fish? The fish? I don't know if it's the fish you're talking about. The fish are very expensive still. In Nevi, it's pretty easy to get team hunts if you're in Discord and you're willing to enter calls. Yeah, okay, maybe. I don't know. I would never do that. I would never hunt with strangers. What gems are best for a monk and which character is best for solo play after rebalance? I don't know about the second one. The second one, everybody's good. Best gems, you probably want Ascetic Mastery or Sweep and Takedown base damage. I think those are the 2 best universal ones. Spiritual Outburst Mastery is still good, but I would rather Ascetic. That's how we met years ago. I know. Things have changed. I've changed my attitude. When we played back in the day on Faluna, I think that was when I just came back to the game, and I was a newbie ultimately, and yeah, I was looking for some team hunt and stuff. But now I could be much more efficient by playing solo than in a team hunt because I know exactly where to go, how to do it, and play well. But yeah, things changed. Things changed for sure. Reddit post, maybe it was a Reddit. I don't remember, bro. It was like 10 years ago. Why are you wearing Sanguine Coil? It's because you can still progress your proficiency even if you don't have the level for the weapon. So even though I don't have Sanguine Coil level, I can use it and I'm doing easy bestiaries, easy weeklies. So proficiency is still progressing. So as you can see, I've already got proficiency 5, even though I don't have, the right level for it. Hopefully by the time I hit level 600, I'll have like 6 proficiency unlocked straight away. Anyways, I gotta go. I've got a few things planned. Gotta go. Going on vacation tomorrow. I don't know if we'll have a stream tomorrow. Maybe if the test server launches early enough that I can hop on for an hour or two, then maybe we'll do an early morning stream tomorrow, just checking out the test server. If there will be no test servers like very early, then I'm just going to be back after the vacation, and in which case I will see you all in about a week or so. So yeah, thanks everybody on Twitch. I'll send you over to Fiery. All right. And raid Fiery Soul 44. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Maybe see you tomorrow. Maybe see you next week. I hope you all enjoy the test server. Bye-bye.